I am Badri Shaparna, a business leader with over 25 years of experience in various industries, starting from water treatment, automotive, and semiconductor. During the course of my engagement with the customer and the internal processes, I realized that delivery is a very important aspect of a business. It's important to the customer, it's important to us. I'm going to share one of my experiences of how we had the challenges of delivery and how we were trying to make the best use of the situations we were in and still make everybody happy and take it forward. The background is that this customer which I am talking about was a very big industrial house engaged in the manufacture of tractors in India, the agricultural equipments. The company had a French collaborator, and this French collaborator was using the products which was from our competition. Still we won, primarily because we had the total solutions approach. This was a blessing in disguise, but also posed a lot of challenges to us. I'll explain to you as we go along. What was our scope of delivery? We had to provide the product, which was a system, a skid-mounted integratable system, integrate into his production plant, which means we had to do the line balancing. We had to conduct reliability test, tell him that every tractor component, which was a transmission, comes out with the same set of results. We had to train his people, hand it over to them and make sure that it runs the way it is planned. The total time frame was 3 months. What was surprising, as we analyzed, biggest challenge we had was more than 85 to 90% of the components which made our system needed minimum 2 months to reach us, which means we were left with only 1 month to do the rest of the activity. The next one was more challenging. We had to learn a totally new technology of online automatic particle counting. We had a tie-up with a British company and we had to supply it as a part of our package, and in the process we had to learn how to use them online. And because we had taken the business away from the customer who was with our competition, we had a tough cash flow issue. So we had initially a cash crunch. Now how we try to overcome these kind of challenges but still achieve success? We did contract review. Contract review is a very important task in delivery management. Most of the times I have seen that when things go wrong, both the sides try to find explanations, excuses, and sometimes it can take a legal approach also, which is not good for the customers or for the organization, because it takes away a lot of energy which can be avoided otherwise. The first thing which we did was, with the customer, time redefinition. Most of us fail to do, we assume a lot of things, and I always believe that never assume, because we need to be on the same page when we have interactions. So the first was to understand what do we understand by time of each and every phase. Typically like, when will I have the order, when will I have the advance, from when will my clock start, when will I have the first phase of my basic assembly being ready, like this. Then we had input-output model. We had to explain to him that if this doesn't happen, something doesn't happen. That means they have to give certain set of data. If it doesn't happen, I cannot do many things. It's vice versa. And most importantly, it was a very transparent progress reporting, because delivery is always considered in many organizations that it is something like, try to hide information between the parties. It is not necessary. We have to be very careful, and we have to give an appropriate progress reporting, and we have to share it in a way it is productive to both of us. Internally, whatever we had taken the order, we had to set a certain benchmark with our production, quality assurance, guys who procured materials for us, and the finance who made money available for us. Because you remember, we did not have much cash. So what we did was, just can you go back to the previous slide please? What we did with the internal group was that we optimized the cost. We made sure that the finance guys gave the fund flow on time. Anything which we did was done in a proper way, and we did very periodic progress review. This contract review is a very critical phase in delivery management. So you will understand that there are more other points. Typically like we negotiated very healthily with the suppliers. One of the things which we did was we gave them liquidated damage clause, that if you deliver beyond a certain limits, you lose money, but if you supply earlier, you will get an advantage. Apart from that, we did a few things. Because we were taken up the installation and commissioning also on our fold, we made sure that the service guy who generally intervenes at a later date was a part of the installation and commissioning. This gave two advantages to us. One is, the guy knew from the beginning what he was handling. Second one is, he could not come with the excuse saying that historically something was done wrong. So we attacked two things, technology and HR perspectives, in a single shot. Best part of it, knowing these things, most of the times in the fabrication what happens, we fit. After that we try to see that everything has taken shape. But we knew that some way Sixth Sense told me that something can go wrong. So what we do is make everything modular. Even if nothing comes in between, if you have to wait, probably you can still supply the rest of the material. You can start work. This, I'll tell you, this helped us a lot. And most important thing which we did was, because we had a cash crunch issue, we had to take along our suppliers, which meant some of the payments we didn't make upfront. We said that you will compensate us and we will compensate you in the long run because we are confident of the business. So you see, delivery comes not in physical product delivery alone, but a bigger picture of the business. Story was not finished. We thought everything is fine now, we have done our job. The biggest problem was, at the end of 2 months, what came had issues of quality. That means we lost time. The second challenge was, something which came to the site, there was a mismatch, trying to fix a square peg to a round hole. See, as simple as that. And because this was happening on the other side, logically, the customer was threatening us. They said that we will tear the contract, we don't want you. You see, it was very tough. In delivery management, what I understand is, while you focus on the business and deliverables, it is very important to you to have a composed attitude towards the business. This gave us to focus on what we can do, and at the end of it, we had some aces up sleeve. I'll share you in a very brief way. The end result was that we had accepted 3 months, if you remember. We took just 2 days more to complete the entire task. Now, what stood by us? This is the most important thing. Contracts review, that means we should know what you are doing, when you are doing, how. Contingency plan. This is the most important in delivery. Anything which you plan can go wrong, you need to know in advance. Forecast, you should be a visionary. Third one, experiential learning. As we went along, we had some difficulties, but we fine-tuned ourselves as a group. Best part, modular designs, we could still give something functional till something came. So at the end of it, what happened? All these things. This is the business which I did in 1998. I have moved out of this business. It is inherited by a set of people, new set of people. Still it's running. And during this course, this has been replicated in more than 80% of the tractor manufacturers in the country. So this shows that any delivery well done, well intentioned, done with a proper financial, technology and relationship objective will always give a fantastic result to all the people involved. Thank you for your patience. Thank you.